Welcome to another edition of the Lakers Spotlight. I am your host, Justin Huff. It's great to have you with us as always. We have a lot to catch you up on today as the GVSU men's and women's basketball teams, as well as the men's hockey team, are all nearing the end of their seasons. We also have a very entertaining in-studio interview with the Meringue brothers from the GVSU hockey team. Let's start off the show with the men's basketball team. The Lakers were happy to come back home for a 4-game stretch. They looked to snap a 2-game losing streak as they took on Northern Michigan on February 12th. The Lakers picked up the much-needed victory 63-57 over the Huskies of Northern Michigan. Justin Ringler and Torrey Brown each chipped in for a team-high 17 points. 2 days later, the Lakers matched up with Michigan Tech. They went on to win this contest 69-59 to give themselves a 2-game winning streak. It would be tough to make it 3 games as the Lakers took on Lake Superior State on February 19th. Let's check out the action. GVSU taking on Lake Superior State in a pivotal GLIAC battle. Lake Superior State came to shoot on this night as Micah Hudson pops the 3. Lake Superior State up early, 21-3. Grand Valley would draw within 15 here as Jarrett Smith knocks down the tray. Smith had 6 points in the game. Then Grand Valley's Pete Trammell drives in the lane and finishes in traffic with a tough basket. Lakers down 13. More three-pointers from Lake Superior State. Tim Van Oudhuizen drops one in from the corner. Superior up 24-12. Then Pete Trammell answers back with an NBA-range three-pointer. GVSU trying to play some defense here as Van Oudhuizen cuts back door and finishes with the left hand. GVSU still trying to come back. Nick West gives a screen for Wes Trammell. Count it. Lakers down 7. How about some more from Wes Trammell? Stops, pops, and Nick West drops it in. West getting up. GVSU only down 1, but Garrett Kanazuski stops the bleeding. Pete Trammell says, splash, I can shoot the rock too. Grand Valley State would head into halftime, down by 1, 38-37. Second half underway as Torrey Brown finds Justin Ringler with the reverse layup. Then Lake Superior State turns the ball over. Pete Trammell picks it up as he goes coast to coast, in for the layup, and 1. That gave GVSU a 6-point lead, 49-43. But the blue and gold aren't done yet. Van Oudhuizen hits an 18-foot jumper. He would have 24 on the night. Lake Superior State gets some more help here as Kanazuski drills another 3. Lake Superior State down 52-48. Lake Superior State would go on to make another three-pointer right here as Scott Perkins fills it up. Lake Superior State made 15 three-pointers in the game to lead them to an 80-70 victory over Grand Valley State.
We're here with Pete Trammell after a tough loss tonight. Talk about the game, defending the 3 out there. They made 15 three-pointers. Talk about the loss.
It's a tough loss. They're a good team. They showed it tonight. They're top of the North right now. They hit 15 threes, like you said. It's 45 points from 3, so it's hard to overcome. That was our what we were focusing on coming into the game was stopping the 3, and obviously we didn't stop it. I feel like we didn't play too bad. We just, they just played very well tonight.
Game now coming up Saturday. Got a rebound there and get a victory. Then you have 2 on the road and then the GLIAC tournament. What's it going to take down the stretch here to come up on the right side of the win column?
Just stay positive, just come together the last 3 games. It's no time to pout, no time to cry. The season's not over yet. We've got a lot of basketball left. And, just buckle down and, just go hard and get these last 3.
Well, our margin for error, really greatly diminishes. I think this was a bad loss for us. This was a good team, good record ahead of us in the regional rankings. This could have really helped us move up, and by losing the game, it's certainly not going to help us. The only way we can, hang in there, we just got to continue to give ourselves opportunities by winning games. We got to come back Saturday, and we need to play well. We need to win. 3 to go. We can't afford. We can't afford to lose these games if we want to give ourselves a chance to get an at-large bid. At this point, who knows? Looking at the regional rankings, they're hard to figure out, but certainly we're not in a position that that we can lose and still hope to get an at-large bid.
How do you think the team mindset right now in the locker room coming off this?
We're disappointed. I mean, you're always disappointed when you lose, but like I told them, I said, this is February. There's no time for tears and emotional meltdowns now. It is what it is. We're not, we're not, the best team in the league. We're one of the good teams in the league. We weren't good enough tonight. We got to move forward, stay focused, continue to give ourselves the best opportunity for good things to happen. And so let's come back and play well Saturday.
As always, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck Saturday.
All right, thanks.
A tough loss for the Lakers against Lake Superior State. As Lake Superior State played a flawless game, GVSU dropped to 17-7 on the season after this loss. The Lakers had one more game at home, and it was against Saginaw Valley State. On senior day, Pete Trammell left quite the impression, leading the Lakers to a 74-61 victory while scoring a game-high 26 points. The Lakers would now travel on the road for the remaining 2 regular season games. First up was Wayne State on February 26th. The Lakers came out sluggish in the second half and could never regroup as they were upset by the 11-14 Warriors of Wayne State 63-60. That loss hurt because the Lakers needed every win they could pick up in an effort to find a spot in the NCAA tournament. On February 28th, the Lakers faced a must-win against Northwood University. The Lakers came to play and got it done 73-65. The Lakers finished the regular season out at 19-8 overall and 14-8 in the GLIAC Conference. GVSU picked up the number 4 seed in the GLIAC tournament. They defeated Ferris State in the quarterfinals and then upset Lake Superior State in the semifinals to land a matchup with Findlay for the GLIAC Tournament Championship. Findlay came into this game undefeated and left in the same fashion, winning 67-56 over the Lakers. With the loss, the question everybody was asking around campus was, will the Lakers make the NCAA tournament? Well, they did, but much to the chagrin, they had to take on the number 1 Findlay Oilers again. Findlay had a magical season, and they wouldn't be stopped by the Lakers as Findlay won 66-51. Findlay went 4-0 against the Lakers during the 2008-2009 season. Findlay went on to win a couple more games and won the 2009 NCAA Division II National Championship in unbelievable fashion over Cal Poly Pomona 56-53. The Oilers won this game in overtime thanks to a buzzer-beater three-pointer from senior guard Tyler Evans. A moment college basketball fans will never forget. The Oilers made history, winning their first national championship while finishing 36-0 on the season. That's what you call a perfect season. As for the Lakers, they finished 21-10 overall. The Lakers will bring back most of their roster next season, highlighted by the return of sophomore Justin Ringler, who was second on the team in scoring this year with just over 12 points a game. Look for the Lakers to be in contention for the GLIAC Championship next year. As for the ladies team, they were excited to return home inside the friendly confines of the GVSU Fieldhouse after their 4-game road trip, which was very tough. First up was Northern Michigan on February 12th, where the Lady Lakers squeaked out a close one, winning 62-59. Emma Veach led the Lakers with 17 points in the win. 2 days later, a tough Michigan Tech team came into town, and the young Lakers just couldn't hold on for the win as they lost 65-56 to Michigan Tech. The Lakers looked to get back in the win column when they matched up with Lake Superior State on February 19th. The ladies of Grand Valley in action against Lake Superior State for women's basketball on Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Early first half, Kara Crawford gets in the lane and finishes with a nice basket. Then Jasmine Padine gets in on the action and nails a three-pointer to give GVSU a 7-5 early lead. Lake Superior State showing some offense of their own as Shelly Rochone knocks down the three. Then GVSU's Kim Weingard, not afraid to get a little dirty in the paint, and scores it. Weingard had 5 points on the night. Lake Superior State gets a little careless, and whoop! Jasmine Padine goes in for the easy layup. We'll see more from Padine later. How about some ball movement from Grand Valley? Biz Van Tifflin open in the corner, count it. GVSU down 3, 19-16. Lake Superior State feeds the ball inside, Jacqueline Armstrong with some moves of her own, Superior now up 21-19. Rachel Woodruff shoots no good, but gets her own rebound and scores, just trying to pad the stats some. Woodruff taking care of her teammates as well. Padine drains the tray to put the Lakers up 24-23. It's important to make the extra pass. Emily Joseph likes it here as she hits the trifecta. Then Padine with the killer crossover and pull-up three-pointer. Woo, that was nice. Padine setting up her teammates as well. Emma Veach for three. Padine making this look too easy. Knocks down yet another three-pointer. Wow is all I can say. She's having a lot of fun out there and gives Ronlia Peterson a smile. Peterson not liking that. Gets called for a push-off. Padine is all smiles, and so are her teammates. Shelly Rochon pops a three for Lake Superior State to get them within one, 39-38. Then Padine passes it off to Kelly Kretz, who hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Lakers up 9. Lake Superior State came back as they're up by one, 65-64. How about the high-low play down into Alyssa Vanderwall, who gets fouled. Vanderwall to the line. First one is good. She would miss the second. So Grand Valley's down 2 points. Veach to Biz Van Tifflin for three. Yes! And she was fouled. What a shot by Van Tifflin. She would go on to miss the free throw. So it's 67-66. Last chance for Superior is no good. Lakers would go on to win a nail-biter. 69-66. Janelle Burgess is one happy head coach.
We're here with Coach Janelle Burgess after another victory, 69-66 over Lake Superior State. Close one there down the wire. What's your thoughts on tonight's game?
You know, I just think it's a typical game in the end of February heading into March where every team is playing for something. And I thought on top of it all, we were playing for a great cause with the Breast Cancer Awareness Night. And I thought our kids were fighters, just like every survivor of breast cancer has to be. You have to fight, fight, fight to be able to come out on top. I just think it's so great because so many women in our world have to fight that disease. And I don't think any of us can know what it's like until we went through it. But so many of us have been affected by it. And for us to represent these women that are such fighters and represent our university in such a proud way is an awesome experience for our kids to be able to go through each and every year.
We're here with Jasmine Padine, the player of the game for the Lakers Spotlight. 23 for you tonight. Talk about your efforts out there and the big win for the Lakers.
This was a great team for the program. You know, everybody contributed in some way. You know, Biz hit a big-time three. You know, put the game in our hands. You know, we just all came together.
Okay, Lake Superior State, they hung in it throughout the game, and it seemed that they were never going to go away, but Jasmine Padine kept nailing three-pointers one after another. What's that like, making three-pointers and making the crowd cheer and quieting their bench?
I mean, I was thankful for my teammates being able to find me. You know, Emma being able to drive, you know, Biz being able to drive, and even the post players, you know, they knew they was getting doubled or they didn't have anything. It was looking around for the guards, you know. My team set me up real well, you know, for me to get open. I basically owe it all to them.
Okay, now you guys are 18-6, right there, tied for third place overall in the GLIAC. What's it going to take now, heading down the stretch with the final games coming up here to, you know, punch it in March?
It's hard work and hard, you know, just getting it done. You know, finding ways to win games. You know, no matter how we get it, a win's a win. You know, just having a big heart. You know, and everybody staying together as a team will, you know, hopefully make us successful. Will make us successful.
Defense is definitely what's going to have to do it, and we have to just continue to persevere and fight through any adversity, realizing you're going to get everybody's best game at this point in time. Play defense, play hard, be fearless, and realize that you're in control of your own destiny.
All right, thanks, Coach. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
The Lakers played extremely well in that contest, and they would try to keep it going on February 21st against the struggling Saginaw Valley State team, who came into the game at 2-22 overall. Shockingly, the arch-rival Saginaw Valley State Cardinals team pulled off a monumental upset, beating the Lakers on the road 71-65 on Senior Day. The Lakers then took their game on the road playing Wayne State on February 26th, winning 71-57. GVSU improved to a 19-7 on the season. 2 days later, they would travel to Northwood to finish out the regular season. The Lakers came up on the short end of this one, losing 75-70. Then came the GLIAC tournament. In the quarterfinals, the Lakers defeated Ashland, but in the semifinals, the Lakers lost to Hillsdale. Would the Lakers have enough wins to make the NCAA tournament? Just barely, as they were one of the last teams in, pitting them against number 1 ranked Northern Kentucky in the region. The Lakers' season came to an end on March 13th at the hands of Northern Kentucky as they fell 66-57. As for the national championship, Minnesota State Mankato went on to win the 2009 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball National Championship in San Antonio, Texas. Back to the Lakers, they finished 4th place in the GLIAC with a 15-7 record and 20-10 overall. Next year, the Lakers return a young nucleus surrounded by their 2 outstanding freshmen, Jasmine Padine and Emma Veach. Much like the men's team, I expect the ladies to contend for the GLIAC championship next season. Over to the GVSU men's hockey team. Coming off their road trip in Atlanta, Georgia, the Lakers returned home to play the Oakland Grizzlies on February 12th. This contest went back and forth as 8 goals were scored in the game, causing a result of a 4-4 tie. This was the Lakers' first tied game of the season. The Lakers then looked to get back in the win column 8 days later as they took on the Wright State Raiders. Let's see how it all played out. The Grand Valley State Lakers taking on the Wright State Raiders at the Georgetown Ice Center in Allendale, Michigan. Early first period, Lakers Mike Slifko with a pass to Jake Oshner, who fires only to get redirected in for the goal by Matt Meringue. The Lakers up 1-0. Later in the first, Lakers looking to attack, moving the puck through the neutral zone as Scott Rude fires a blast, but it goes wide. The Lakers get another scoring chance here as forward Ryan Welch shoots one on net. Raiders netminder Lauren Johnson with a nice save. Now Wright State looking for some offense of their own as the one-timer is saved by Grant Lyon. Lyon came up big for the Lakers in net. Speaking of that, how about Lyon stoning Tyler Weeble? Wright State still attacking, but save Lyon. Save after save after save came from Lyon on the night. This one would lead to a 2-on-2 break for the Lakers, as Dean Watkins goes flying up the left side and into the middle, but no good. Late in the first period, the Raiders on a power play. Lee McClure makes the Lakers pay as he scores to tie the game up at 1. Now to the second period. Wright State on another power play. Tyler Weeble goes over the glove of Lyon to put the Raiders up 2-1. The Lakers strike back as Ryan Powell beats Johnson 5-hole. The game's all squared at 2. Wright State with the puck, but they turn it over as the Lakers go 2-on-1. Ryan Welch drives to the net, only to fake out Johnson to put one in the back of the net. Lakers up 3-2. The Lakers weren't done in the second period as Mike Slifko beats the defenders, goes in for the breakaway, and scores. Lakers would lead 4-2 after 2 periods. The Lakers looking for some more insurance as Brandon Rude presents it with a nice wrister to put the Lakers ahead 5-2. GVSU would go on to score another goal to win the game 6-2 over Wright State. An impressive victory to say the least for the Lakers. They couldn't celebrate too much as the Raiders were back in town on the following night. It was no problem for the Lakers as they had an offensive outbreak, winning 8-4 over Wright State for the weekend sweep. Next up for the Lakers was a GMHL tournament. They defeated Ferris State in round 1 and then Michigan State in the semifinals to match up with the Davenport Panthers in the championship game. Could the Lakers finally beat the Panthers? Well, no, the Panthers clearly had the Lakers' number as they took home the GMHL Tournament Championship crown with a 5-1 victory. The Panthers won all 5 contests against the Lakers during the 2008-2009 season. Nonetheless, it was no time for the Lakers to get down on themselves as the national tournament started on their home ice 10 days later. We caught up with Matt and Nate Meringue to get the reaction on the season and the upcoming national tournament. We are now joined by two GVSU hockey players, Matt Marang and Nate Marang. Thanks for taking time to come on the Lakers Spotlight.
Well, thanks for having us.
All right, you guys both grew up in Dearborn, Michigan, over on the east side of the state. Let's first start talking about what made you guys come to Grand Valley.
For me, I was looking for a college that had a solid health career, or health prerequisite, study, and also looking for a place that had hockey, and Grand Valley just fit both of those.
Well, I kind of just followed in his footsteps. I mean, coming out of high school, I don't know, I really didn't have anywhere else following mine. We never got to play hockey together, so I just kind of figured I'd follow in his footsteps, and we both have the same career choice pretty much, so.
All right, you guys, you touched on it there, Matt. You both do obviously play hockey together. When you're not in the classroom, you're off on the hockey rink. Let's talk about this season thus far for your team. The Lakers right now currently stand at 23-12 on the year as of March 13th. It seems like it's been an up and down season of sorts for you guys.
Yeah, halfway through the year we kind of had a little bit of adversity we had to face with the whole coaching change, obviously. Leadership, I'm the only captain that's left over from last year. All the other four that we had all left or graduated, so it's a little different, having three new guys come in as captains, and they're trying to fill out how they're going to be as a leader, trying to find their role. So I don't know, what do you think?
I don't know. It's been a pretty good season overall. We've been up and down. I think we really have stepped up to it when we needed to, especially down in Atlanta. Went down there and pretty much put up our own against all the teams we played against, and came up short one against Florida Gulf Coast. But besides that, I was pretty happy with how everything's turned out.
This year, though, you guys, it seems like you've scored a lot of goals. That's one thing you have done. But you guys have also lost to Davenport, the number one team in the Central Region, 5 times now, which I know is not exciting to talk about, but we got to get to it. With the most recent loss coming this past weekend in the GMHL Tournament Championship game. First off, what was that tournament like for you guys? And then touch on the Davenport game.
Well, the tournament was just amazing. Grand Valley's come a very long way. I remember when I first got here, the league tournament was pretty much all we look forward to, because we're not a national contending team by any means. So it's something you definitely get up for. Last year we were in the finals against Davenport and lost to them in overtime. So and this year, we went through 2 teams that are 2 of the 4 teams that have actually only beat Davenport this year, Ferris and State, and we pretty much manhandled both of them in both games, with the exception of Ferris. They put up 7 against us. It was kind of a shootout. But I don't know, the final game, I think what it's going to take for us to beat Davenport is just getting up for it. They are the only team that pretty much gives us trouble, and I think it's because all the guys on their team, they just get so excited to play us, and we have to find that same passion and that same drive and meet it and surpass it.
Yeah, touch on that point, Matt. 8-7. The first game there, Ferris State, then move on. You beat Michigan State pretty handedly, and then take on Davenport.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that both games, all 3 games, were a good taste for a lot of the new guys to see what it's like to play playoff hockey and going into nationals, because you look at a regular season game and then you go into the GMHL playoffs or nationals, and it's a completely different game. And there's teams that are low seeded, they'll come in and they can upset a lot of teams, and we pretty much controlled most of the Ferris game. We lost our head a little bit at the end, but we were lucky to come out on top still. And we had a big meeting after and just decided that if we're going to do this, we need to step up. And then we came out Saturday morning and just gave it to State, and really happy with how that turned out. And as for the Davenport game, yeah, I'm upset that we lost, but I saw a lot of good things. I mean, first 2 periods was real close. 0-0 after the first, 2-0 after the second. And it really wasn't a 5-1 game. The score really didn't show how it was. We lost our composure at the end, but I think a lot of guys know what we need to do to beat them now, and that's just be consistent for all 3 periods.
All right, Nate touched on it midway through the season. You guys had a coaching change. Tough for any team to recover or to handle that situation. and Coach Alex Weisenberger took over for the team. What kind of effect did that have on the team and yourself individually?
Well, as a team aspect, you're kind of like, oh boy, what do we do? Because not only did we lose the head coach, the other assistant coach stepped down. So now you got a guy who has only been with the team 2 weeks. We're still trying to feel him out and see what he's about as a coach, and he's trying to see what all of us are about. And for him, just like the team basically got thrown into his hands, trying to see how he's going to react and how he's going to do things. And I think he's definitely stepped up to the challenge. Personally, I'm very happy with his coaching style and his philosophies on things, and we share a lot of the same ideas. So I see him being with the Grand Valley Hockey Club or organization for quite a long time.
What's your thoughts on that, Matt?
I'm pretty much on the same boat. It was a big distraction having all that go through. I really haven't had that happen before, especially in the college level. It's hard to deal with. But, Alex has just been nothing but greatness for the team. He's picked us up when he needed to, and I just love his style of play, and I do hopefully he sticks around for a while.
All right, now let's go back a couple of weeks when Coach Weisenberger was behind the bench as head coach. You guys defeated Wright State University on back-to-back nights. On Saturday, February 21st, it was senior night for you, Nate, and along with Andy Dykstra, Brandon Root, and Dean Watkins. And Nate, you didn't disappoint in this game. Had a monster one, 4 goals, 2 assists in your last regular season game as a Laker. What did that mean to you?
It meant the world. I actually I called some previous seniors that I knew, and I was like, when you look back, what are the games you remember out of your career? And a few of them said, making nationals for the first time, but the majority of them said they remember how they played on senior night, whether they won and lost, or obviously the last game of the year. So I was nervous. I was really nervous for that game. I haven't been nervous for a game in probably 2-3 years. So usually when I'm nervous, I play a lot better. So I don't know. I was struggling. I think I had 1 or 2 goals called back in the first period, and then to score 3 goals in the second within 10 minutes was kind of just crazy. I've never had that before. I don't even know if anyone scored 3 consecutive goals in a period. So I was very happy. Actually had a smile on my face, so that's something you really don't see. I'm usually all business on the ice.
Matt, seeing your brother walk off the ice there one last time as a Laker, anything emotional for you just seeing him leaving the play?
Yeah, it does hurt, because we only got 2 seasons to play together, but I was real proud of him. I thought I kind of laughed before the game. He turns to me and he goes, "I'm nervous." I turn him. I just play your game. You don't need to be nervous. And then it was just funny because in between periods he's all seriousness, and after he got his hat trick and started putting up points in between the second and third, he started joking around with the guys, and he says, "No one's laughing, no one joke around, nothing." And we were all just like, "Really?" Because we did what you told us to do. We're up on everyone, and then that was a joke, and we're just, it was nice to see him actually joke around, have a big smile on his face. So overall, it was sad, but I was real happy at the turnout.
All right, next up for you guys, a serious time, obviously coming up, the granddaddy of them all, the national tournament, which starts on March 17th and runs through the 21st. This year is hosted by you guys, GVSU, and with that said, you guys get the automatic bid. Talk about what it means for the Lakers to host this tournament.
Well, hosting a national championship is a very big deal. It's hard to get. Each year for anywhere between 5 and 10 teams, I think, put in, and you have to prepare like a video and show like why you think you deserve it, your facilities, what that area has to offer. So it's not an easy thing to do. So when you get it, it's definitely something to take hold of and appreciate and be proud of. I don't know. One of the reasons I came back this year is because we were hosting the national tournament. It's nice to go away, and play at other places, but I think there's less distractions when you're at home. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it really is. there's not much you can say. It's like one of the biggest things you can hope for coming out of a season. And I mean, since the first drop of the first game, I've just been thinking about skating around Van Andel and hosting that cup, and it's something that I want real bad, and I know he wants it as well too.
And it also, like, you have the opportunity to play in front of, the students and at home. I mean, a lot of people in years past, like, you get like 10 kids besides the parents that'll get on a plane and go to nationals. So it'll be nice to have people come to the games and actually see what playoff hockey is like a bit more. So
would you be nervous to play at Van Andel? Obviously, you talked about being nervous and playing some of your best games.
Maybe, I don't know. I've played at Joe Louis before, and I was nervous for that, and I had a pretty good game back when I was younger. So it's going to be a long road to get there, but I think it'll be definitely worth it.
And you guys clearly talked about the national championship game being at Van Andel Arena, the rest of the games being at the Georgetown Ice Arena. And down in downtown Grand Rapids, 2009 ACHA tournament is going to be taking center stage in West Michigan. And people, outside of this university are definitely going to be taking in the Grand Valley team. And it should be a lot of excitement. But you guys have 10 days off between now and the first round game. How do you, as captain of the team, manage the team and kind of make sure everybody is focused and ready to go?
Well, we're probably going to have a few more team meetings before practices this week, obviously, because we have it off. We still are going to have our regular workouts planned. I'm actually in the process right now of putting together a little itinerary of what to eat, rest, how to prepare, hydration, all that stuff to hand out to the guys. And today, actually, we scheduled 2 additional practices for Sunday and Monday of next week because our first game's Tuesday. So we're going to get a little bit more ice time. Hopefully we'll be able to prepare a little bit more and go over special teams and all the stuff we need to take care of.
Are you going to be reading that itinerary, Matt?
I don't even think I need to read it. I'm pretty sure he'll be pressing it on me anyway.
All right, last year you guys finished 3rd overall in the national tournament, and your arch rival, Davenport University, took home the national crown. And as I stated before, the Panthers have beat you guys 5 times this season. You talked about, what you feel like is going to take to get over that hump. But, yeah, you were exactly right about Davenport. They just seem like they really want to beat you guys really bad. Just touch on that moment, 5-1 the last game. Do you feel like you're getting closer to capturing a W?
I think so. Like he said earlier, like the 5-1 game didn't really reflect how the game went. It was 0-0 and then 2-0, and then we just kind of just got running around and scrambled. I think it was good for a lot of the younger guys to see how it's going to be at nationals. A lot of them haven't had playoff experience, so I think first 5-10 minutes of the game, they were seeing how they came out and how they were hitting in, how much faster the game was, and they were kind of like, oh boy, what do we do? And we were able to fend them off for the first 2 periods, and Grant played amazing, and we kind of let them down towards the end. But I don't know. It's just gonna have to take a lot of hard work and mental preparation. I believe is the number one thing we need, because we're going to be playing. If we get to the semifinals and finals, that's 4 or 5 games in just as many days. So it's a lot of hockey. You're going to have to be prepared and take care of everybody.
Okay, now let's transition over to some statistical numbers during the 2008-2009 season. Let's start out with you, Matt. You lead the team right now in goals with 28, also lead the team in power play goals with 8, and in penalty minutes with 84. You're 2 goals shy of tying the single season record for goals in GVSU history. Well, what's been the key to your success this season?
A lot of it's my line mates. I mean, I owe all of it to them. I mean, I just try to show up where I'm needed to be, and the majority of the time I end up picking the right spot, and especially since I got thrown on a line with him, I've just been taken off with goals just because we play so well together. And, I mean, penalty minutes, yeah, that's kind of...
Yeah, what about those?
Yeah, it's something I need to work on, but, I mean, I just try. I really don't take any in spots, in tight moments when it's really going to affect us. It's usually just me taking a stupid penalty here and there and a couple fights, every once in a while. But overall, it's all in good fun, I guess.
There's been a number of times that I've had to talk the ref out of not giving you a game of misconduct this year. So, and believe me, it gets tough after you get in 2 or 3 tussles in the same period.
Well, for everybody at home, I mean, to watch not only GVSU team, Matt definitely puts his body on the line. It's a lot of fun to watch him out there. Now let's switch over to you, Nate, captain of the team like we've talked about. It's been quite a season already for you and quite a career in your senior campaign. You lead the team in points this season with 55, assists with 39, and stand third in goals scored behind Matt and Scott Rude. You stand 7 assists away from tying the single-season record for assists in GVSU history. And as for career numbers, Nate, it's been quite a career, like I said. You stand first all-time in points scored at 195 and assists at 117. You're also second all-time in goals scored for the Grand Valley program with 78. Magnificent career, to say the least, for you, Nate. Still have some games left to add on to these. I know you're a big team guy. We've always seen that in the locker room afterwards. But just talk about your success individually as a Laker throughout your career.
Individually, first year I did not put up that many points. I think I had 19 maybe. I was in and out of the lineup. That's how it goes your first year. The next years I was very fortunate to play with 2 very skilled individuals, and I think I had like 40 points each of those years. And coming into this year, I don't expect to score that many points. Like, it's kind of been up and down, but I'm just kind of in awe. I think I had like 40 points in 20 games, and then I went like 10 or 12 games with like no points or 1 assist, and I'm like, oh my gosh, come on! Like, how is this happening to me? But that surpassed, that passed on, and I ended up picking it up again, obviously on senior night. So I'm pretty happy about that. And as far as passing the all-time leading goal scorer, I really didn't. I knew I was in the ballpark maybe for it to happen, and Matt actually, when it happened, he grabbed the puck right away, and so I was able to get that, and that's very special to me, and especially since I know the guy who was the all-time leading goal scorer, and he was a magnificent player. So.
All right, Nate, you've also been named to the ACHA All-American team 2 times in your career already, and well on your way to another this season. You might have another meringue joining you, though, with those awards as well. Now let's get away from hockey. Let's go to some fun questions. First off, what do you guys like to do for fun, not being hockey?
Watch
hockey.
Yeah.
Play video games, hockey video games.
Pretty much everything we do revolves around hockey. It's either hockey, school, or just laying around.
Working out.
Yeah.
Well, we have Gordy.
That's true. We got a little Chihuahua.
But yeah.
He takes up a lot of our time at home, so he's always running all over the place.
A dog in college.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, we're hockey players, supposed to be like macho guys, and we have a Chihuahua. We get a lot of crap for that, but I mean, we saved him.
We named him after Gordie Howe, so I mean, it's pretty much all you can really do with a small dog like that. Give him a big name.
And he's got the Napoleon complex. He's not like a little wimpy dog. He's very mean. He growls. He chases after a lot of guys. So
pretty feisty.
Yeah.
As brothers playing on the same team, obviously you guys get along seemingly pretty well, but I'm sure you have your times where it's not like that. But I got to ask you both this question, having both of you guys here. What's the best thing and worst thing about playing with each other? Let's let the little brother start it off.
Worst thing, probably go first. I usually have a chip on my shoulder most of the time, and he usually knocks it right off. So, I mean, sometimes we'll clash, and for the most part, we kind of I got on track during the second part of the season, and the best part is just being able to be on the ice with them. I mean, last year we were on a line together all year, and our third line mate ended up graduating, and this year we didn't get to play together really at all. Got taken apart, and towards the last part of the season, we got put back together, and I mean, it's just, coming down 5-4, not that many games left. It's just being able to skate out there, be on the same line. That's probably the best part for me. What
about you, Nate?
Worst part, definitely his chip on his shoulder. He being the captain, obviously people look to see how your younger brother is reacting and how you treat him, and I don't think a lot of guys understand or realize that I'm probably the number one or biggest opponent in a lot of the things that he does. I'm on him, definitely the hardest on him out of any of the players on the team. So I don't know. Other than that, the worst part would probably be the stupid penalty minutes he takes when he's on the ice, because I'm on the ice now with him, so I get taken right off. So best part, I would have to say, obviously my last year, just spending time with them on and off the ice. We live together. Just making those beautiful plays on the ice here, I would have to say that's the best part of it.
Unfortunately for the Lakers, they couldn't regroup as they were eliminated by the Colorado State Rams on day 3 of the national tournament. The Lakers finished their season with a record of 23-13-1. As for Davenport, they went on to win the 2008-2009 ACHA Division II National Championship at the Van Andel Arena in downtown Grand Rapids. Davenport did the unthinkable, winning back-to-back national championships. As for the Lakers, they had a successful season and will look to build on that next year. Nate Meringue led the team in points scored with 60, and his brother Matt scored the most goals with 31 this season. In case you were keeping track, all 3 winter teams that we covered this year finished remotely close to each other in overall records. Men's basketball team at 21-10, women's basketball team at 20-10, and the men's hockey team at 23-13-1. Definitely an interesting statistic to keep in mind. All right, well, all good things must come to an end, and with that said, this will be our last episode of the year. We wish the GVSU baseball and softball teams the best of luck on their seasons, and we hope to be covering you next year. As for the Lakers Spotlight next year, we will look to improve the show in many different facets, including extending our coverage to all 16 varsity sports at GVSU. We hope everybody had a great year and enjoyed watching the Lakers Spotlight this year on GVTV. If you have any questions or comments, email us at lakersspotlight@gmail.com. Also, become an official member of the show on Facebook.com by searching the Lakers Spotlight. As for Twitter, you can tweet with us at twitter.com/Lakers Spotlight. You can watch the Lakers Spotlight on Channel 10 here at the Grand Valley State University or on the web at lakersspotlight.blip.tv. For everybody here at the Lakers Spotlight, I'm Justin Hoff. Until next year, go Lakers. So long, everyone.